guys! This is take two. My computer decided to turn off and do updates! Yay! It takes a minute and a half to turn back on. Well, more than that. But, anyway, hello! Crazy dreadlock artsy chick again. I'm calling myself the dreaded Euphonium player now. On Twitter and Tumblr, you can follow me, etc. Anyway, dreads doing their thing. Today's video, as it states, is about dreadlocks. Specifically doing some extension work. My little fuzzies are looking fuzzy. I washed them today, so that's why they're so fuzzy. They kind of calm down during the week, between washes at least. So they don't always look this fuzzy and undefined and icky. Anyway, as I was so rudely cut off in the middle of saying, I'm doing dreadlock extensions, well, starting them today. And, as I'm gonna state in the description, I got me some thick hair. Got this big old thing. What's this? Oh my gosh, it's so much hair. Makes me want to do like a beard, like an epic beard. It's like, I don't know. I've never played with fake hair. It's pretty fun so far. So I got this huge thing. It was like $3. Huge deal. Or no, this was about 2 something. And then I got some of the sleek, sexy stuff. And this was about $3. Why do I have 2 types of hair, you say? Well, I wanted to get the color right, and I wanted to use synthetic hair, because the real hair was over $100. It was like, there was one set for like $109, another for like $124. There was some cheaper stuff for like $74, but it was short. And I'm like, no. Broke college kid don't have that type of money. So, fake hair. And so far, it's working just fine. And what I'm doing is combining the two. I'm doing little sections. I finally got around to counting my dreads, so I know how many I need. I have 31 long dreads and 5 short dreads for bangs. I'm probably going to leave the short ones short. So I'm rounding 31 over to 32, so I'll have an extra dread just hanging around. So I'm separating my hair. Got it separated in my head into my 32 parts. And I have a lot of this, so I'm not worried about this. Put those back over there. I'm hanging them from my top bunk, yes. They will go bye-bye when I go to sleep, but for now, they like to hang there. So, this is my first part of the sleek hair. This is the limiting factor, obviously. So I went ahead and separated one half of it into 16 parts. I have 14 of them here in these little rubber bands. Little rubber bands are the greatest idea ever for doing extensions. And I got a whole bag of them. I bought them, where did I find these? Walgreens? Walgreens. And I've got black ones. I used the black ones early when I got my dreads. I put them on the scalp and I hated it. They were too tight. It was gross. So, and I got colored ones because I'm like, what if I feel friendly? I never did, so I never opened them until today. But they're working fabulously. So, I've worked for an hour and a half-ish because I'm still getting into the hang of things. And I've got this to show for it. Da-da-da! One almost complete hair dreadlock extension. And I did this. I cut my hair in half of that, so about 18 inches long. And I combined it with an equal portion of my super long redder hair. And this gives me a more close color to my color druzy thing. So I've got my 2 types of hair. When you start dreadlocking it, the 2 come together and they become one beautiful homogeneous mixture. Use my science terms. Blends. It comes together, especially with the twist and rip that you start out with. And that's how I've been starting out. I'm using the method described in the video that I posted, and it's with a crochet hook. I've stopped using a crochet hook on my dreads, mostly, except for when I get in a fit, and then I take to them with this little thing, and I'm very careful when I do. I try and be very careful. I know Soaring Eagle's gonna crucify me because he hates crocheting dreadlocks, but I'm as careful as I can be. And since this is fake hair and cost me $6, I really don't care about the harm a crochet hook can do to it. Capiche? Okay. So what I've been doing, as the video, the guy states, you just start with a dread, start locking it up here, and I've been using twist and rip, back comb, crocheting combination. The hardest thing I found is to get it started. That's the hardest thing, because it's synthetic hair, it doesn't want to lock up until it gets going. And I've been having no luck at all with this. So, once I get, this, as you can see, started out as one of these, and it's shrunk up. You can already see the difference in the length. And when I got about this much done, I went ahead and did the end. So on this, it would be like that much of a lock, and then this is just, the rubber band kept slipping off and whatnot, so I went ahead and took it off and made up the end, and I just crocheted it in, as you can see. So it looks kind of like my ends right now. My ends are a little fuzzy because they're real slick hair, but as the guy in the video shows, he's doing a crochet hook method, and since I'm having to do this by myself, I've been trying to tie this to things, holding it between my toes, and just trying to work at it. Now that I've got it going, I'm pretty much okay just working on it in my hands, and I'm just doing exactly what he would do. I pinch the dreadlock. Once you get it started up here, it'd be different, but it'd be the same, just up there. Then you pinch the dreadlock, then you pinch down a section of straight hair, and as he showed, just start pulling out little loops. And my loops never look very nice, especially since the hair is starting to get thinner down here. So I'm just making a mess, basically, a fluffy mess. And as he says, I'm going all the way around. And I don't think I've seen anyone use this method for extensions. He's the only person I've seen use this method for dreads in general, and I like the look of it, because with the twist and rip, these things are just so loosey-goosey, and some of them look braided. They don't look like dreads. And this thing already looks like a pretty mature dreadlock. Like, it's a little kind of bumpy, but it looks more dreadlocky than my braidy looking twist and rip dreads. So, I'm just going through, making my hot mess, and then I'm switching it up, grabbing it like that. And this is basically like you would do anything with a crochet hook and dreadlocks. You put it through the lock, you kind of like hold the hair and grab up all the little loopies with the hook, and you just pull them through. And you basically trap the loops between your thumb and the hook, like that. And it's ripping my thumb apart a little bit, because my thumb had cut on it in the first place. And it just pulls the loops into the lock, and it makes new dreadlock. It's a very slow process, but slowly but surely this dreadlock is getting finished. And then this hair down here keeps knotting up and whatnot. I'll occasionally take a comb through it. And the awful thing that I've discovered about synthetic hair, much like my regular hair used to, it will go everywhere all the time. Like, I'm surrounded by hair. So I I've got my little flower pot nearby that I'm using as a trash can. And, I mean, just doing this, I get some hairs that'll come off. But eventually, it gets better. And so that's the method I'm doing. And I will finish this one up, and I'll get it done to about that much left. And then I'll take this, I'll do this in another video. I've posted a couple videos of how to do it. But this I will crochet or weave into my dreadlock. So my dreadlocks will be that long. And I'm pretty excited about that. And this feels really good. This doesn't necessarily feel terribly synthetic. It is a little rougher and coarser, mostly because my dreads aren't very, some of them are, but most of them have a lot of loose hair on the outside, just hanging out. This one's all gross and lumpy, sideways, but it'll be fine. It'll look alright. And I know it's synthetic hair and it says on the thing not to try to dye it, but I'm assuming it'll do more damage if the hair is straight and out than it will in a dreadlock. I'm gonna take one of my spare dreadlock and test it out with some red dye just to try and get it a bit closer to the color. And if it fails awfully, I will mention that in my next video when I'm putting them in. But I love this dreadlock method because this is already so hard and held together, and it's great. I'm also going to have to see how the baking soda and vinegar washing system works with synthetic hair, because I'm not exactly sure what the chemicals in that might do to this. It'll probably do nothing, it'll probably be fine. But in case it does something, I will post that in my next video, or leave a message in my description as to what washing does to these puppies. But for now, and also, this is not a process for the weaker part of the impatient. Dreadlocks in general, of course, aren't. But this especially. This little thing has taken me an hour and a half. Of course, that is getting, up to speed and getting used to using the crochet hook and the method, but at the same time, it is a long process just to make one really nice synthetic dread extension. So if you're not a patient person, or don't like poking your thumb with a crochet hook, by all means, go online and buy some dreadlock extensions pre-made. They sell them in places, I'm sure they're out there. I might add some links in the description, places where you can find them, because this is a strenuous, painstaking process. It's gonna be so totally worth it. But again, it takes forever to go from that to a dreadlock. And hopefully, well, that's my update for now. Hopefully I'll post some more. And as far as 5-month-old dreadlocks go, these are looking pretty darn good. I've got my beads going on, and my first dreadlock, where is he? There he is. Of course, still looks the most mature. Like, it's much more done than all these other ones. It holds together so much better and gives me so much less problems than all the rest of these. But I've noticed that these are coming together faster than that one did from the get-go. I love them, and it's just me. It's just my thing. Despite my fuzziness on this side today. It's gross. But fuzziness is just, it's part of the journey. All these bumps and loops and nastiness is all part of my journey. And I hope this helped anyone that was looking for an alternate method to do their dreadlock extensions instead of the classic twist and rip that you get a hot mess with. You get this beautiful, tight extension with it. And thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time.